Member for Albury.
Thank you, Speaker. I welcome making contribution to the Crimes Legislation Amendment Youth Crime Bill 2025 and indicate my support for this bill. Speaker, just this week alone, media in my home community are reporting yet further crime that we're experiencing in our community. The Border Mail on the 9th of September reported 9 businesses targeted on the border. One of the local police officers said, having arrested two youth, that they expected to make further arrests, and they said, this is quoting this police officer, Speaker, said, "It's concerning that young offenders are targeting these small, struggling businesses. These businesses suffer as a result." I'll make the observation there, it's more than businesses, it's the people within those businesses. But the police officer went on to say there's a small amount stolen, but the damage caused during the burglaries is more costly, and a lot of these crimes are not covered by insurance companies. That's just this week, literally, Speaker. I had a conversation with Kelly, a business owner, only 2 or 3 weeks ago. Kelly's business has been broken in several times. This is a small business owner with a family. She told me about the situation she faced herself in, where she can't go to sleep at night because she's waiting for the next phone call to come in from the next door business who's got the CCTV to say, "Kelly, your place has been broken into again." She's got the team that she's got to work with, the distress that they go through. These are the things that Kelly is telling me about her situation, and it's obviously not unique. I've had a local resident, John, come to our office in recent weeks as well with concerns about his own household being broken into. We can come into this house, the government's come into this house and talked about how they've made the legislative changes, that they've got the wraparound support through funding programs in Moree. Will you tell me if funding a program in Moree is helping our community in Albury? And it is not. And so we, the opposition, the Liberal Nationals, have had to come into this place and attend to the failings of this government. And in that sense, what we're doing is recognising that there needs to be a two-pronged approach. I am, one, that there is appropriate wraparound support and early intervention, and 2, the need for clear sanctions for breaking the law. On the first point, appropriate wraparound support and early intervention, I am a strong believer in the need for getting appropriate early intervention for our youth. Very much continually come into this place and trumpet the good work of organisations in my community. Boys to the Bush, Adam DeMamel, the team there, have done extraordinary things as they talk about that it is easier to support the boy than have to rebuild the man. The work that Adam has done, Tim Sampson, Lockie, all these people through Boys to the Bush over a number of years. Tim and the team at PCYC do extraordinary work as well. Jeb Hutchison, TVN on Country. We have got fantastic people in our community that are doing the wraparound support, and we need to see more of that. I've spoken repeatedly around the importance of the Albury project. I'd love to see this. I want to thank the government, Minister Jackson, for continuing the funding support of Albury project. It is an early intervention project, Speaker, aimed at identifying those risks of homelessness, and I'm sure we'd all appreciate that whilst it's focusing on homelessness, if we can attend to that, then we're attending to some of the intersectionalities that end up being some of the factors that drive youth to crime in the first place. So we need to continue that, but at the end of the day, and this is the point, I recognise the previous speaker and the member for Cessnock and speaking about that we cannot arrest our way out of the problem. But I will make this point. We also need to have clear boundaries that at the end of the day are respected. And one of the challenges we face, one of the reasons why we see ongoing crime from youth, particularly repeat offenders, and this is the issue that we face here today, this is the issue that we're dealing with, are those that are repeat offenders. And the reason they are repeat offenders is in a large part because there is not a clear boundary, there is not a clear sanction. There is not a line in the sand that says if you overstep the mark, there will be a penalty. And I put it to you and I put it to the House, if you make sure that there is a clear demarcation and there is a clear line, that will send a message. A lot of these youth crime issues are all about my mate got away with it, I'll get away with it. Or I got away with it last time, I'll get away with it again. And I'll continually repeat and offend. And the government knows this because the government had its own legislation around 2 serious offences and put in legislation. And we say that is a welcome intervention to help address the issue, but it doesn't attend to the issue fully. And we say that because we are still dealing with the issue in our communities. As I've said, I've had people like Kelly come to me, talk to me about the issues that she faces as a mum trying to run a business and the impact that it's having for her. I'm seeing it in the media. My community is saying we are not addressing the issue yet. So the Coalition has put forward this bill that seeks to address one part of the 2 prongs, and we recognise the importance of that wraparound support. I just want to speak to the bill itself, Speaker. Important elements. Section 22C, to insert a section that puts bail conditions onto bail, including curfew. And I thank the member for Castle Hill for his erudite contribution, speaking to the evidence and the literature on the benefits of curfews and the positive impact that curfews can place. And secondly, also electronic monitoring, which we are using in other aspects of the law. So these are bail conditions that just help strengthen the monitoring, strengthen the bail that these alleged young offenders, but that for young persons, that we should see placed around as a bail condition. Secondly, Section 22C 3A and 3B, but to place, again, those clear delineations and letting the bail authorities know that they need to exercise that if a young person's bail is contravened, that they need to take action. The bail authority needs to take action in that regard. And thirdly, to broaden Section 22C6, the definition of relevant offence, to make sure that it is taking into account all serious indictable offences. This is, at the end of the day, for the government to say that certain serious indictable offences warrant stricter conditions, but not all serious indictable offences, is, in our view, a lapse. And we are seeing that because of the issues that continue to pervade and manifest themselves throughout our communities. So, Speaker, we come into this place to help make sure that our communities are safe places. And there are any number of examples occurring in my community through regional communities throughout New South Wales that indicate that this is not the case. And it's incumbent on us to attend to it. And we attend to it with a 2-fold approach. We continue to make sure, and I will continue to drive in this place, the need for investment in wraparound, in early intervention to prevent the situation arising in the first place. But secondly, making sure that when we have offences, when we have young offenders, particularly repeat young offenders, that there are clear distinctions, clear demarcations, so that the boundaries are clearly set. I support this bill.
Yeah.